Okay, welcome back, everybody. This is going to be a, I guess you call this, like, what do all the kids on the internet call this stuff? Tabletop video. So, this is a disassembly and probably reassembly of a Benelli B76. And the reason why I'm doing this video is we don't actually have any in-house records recording how to do this. So, I need to get it on film anyway to put it on the archive. And so to kind of, if you're new around here, to bring you up to speed, 9mm pistol made in Italy, and we did some shooting with it, and I think it's under-sprung. I think it's got target load springs in it, or they're old springs. And so, you know, like any good armory, we're going to go ahead and up the springs on this. And so the Wolff does carry springs for the Benelli B76. I think they carry them for the whole series of these B76, B80 type guns. You have to check with them. But one thing I like about Wolff is they will sell you a recoil spring and a firing pin spring. So we don't know where, you know, the history of this gun, where it's been catting around in alleys, you know, over in Italy, running around in brothels, or maybe making spaghetti westerns. It's an Italian gun of unknown provenance, so we should probably change all the springs in it. Special note, I still need to get replacement grips for this gun. And if you know where I can get some factory original Benelli B76, B80, whatever the series are, grips, help a brother out, because we have a big piece missing. And the only other source I can find for replacement grips are these fancy aftermarket grips that I really don't want to deal with. Also, looking around on the internet, I've seen, I guess maybe there's two versions of this gun. I'm not really certain, but some people are claiming the gun is single action only. It could be. This gun in particular is a single action and it is a double action. So traditional DASA type of action. You know, not that it matters. It has a very, very nice trigger. You know, for those curious. So step one. You know, obviously, you know, clear the gun. You know, we all got that, right? So step one is you need to lock the slide back. However, in this gun, it kind of throws you for a loop, because a lot of these European guns, you need to lock the slide farther back using the safety. You see this on some Benelli pistols, and we've seen it on even like I think a Steyr even does that. So if you ever want to check and see if a gun does that, rack the slide backwards, and you'll see a small little hole that is there to push up the safety. And that is how you lock the slide back for disassembly purposes. So now we have what is essentially a firing pin stop on a 1911. Now, it's not, you know what, I better get some glasses, because I'm going to be losing eyeball on live video feed, and I wouldn't be able to edit it. So what you need to do is, first thing is, you have these little legs here and here, and these fold backwards. And so you want to use something that's non-marring. I'm going to try using let's see if I can get this to work. So here you go, a 10/8 tool. So that is the beginnings of the, it's I'm not going to hurt the crown. So now what you need to do is you need to push this the firing pin in, so you can then drop what I will call this plate out of the way. So I'm going to try, let's see if I can, I've done this in a long time, push down. Did that get it? I think that got it. It dropped. Let's see if it falls out. And I get it. Let's see here. That basically did it, but it's not quite free, and I don't want to get shot in the eye. Some kind of E-grade porn movie or something. There we go. All right, so drop. Okay, you know what? Lesson learned. It drops much farther down, and that's gets your firing pin, what I will call the firing pin stop, you know, off the back of the gun. Now at this point, you release your safety slide stop, which, you know, seems crazy. And then this just pulls straight off, because it is a fixed barrel gun. So that's pretty easy. And the bolt just dropped out. Let's go ahead and do that too. So this is a I'm going to call it a flapper lock type system. And so the first thing you need to do is you would turn, let's see, push in on the firing pin, turn, because we're going to replace that spring anyway. And is it right? There we go. So that comes out, the flapper drops, and the spring, I'll get the spring to come out. I definitely need to change that spring, don't I? So let's see if I can't help it along a little bit. I don't want to, there we go. Just drug it a little bit with the firing pin. Oh, look at that. It's almost like doesn't even want to clear the tunnel. It's very tightly fit in that tunnel. Maybe I can use, I don't want to tear the spring up because I want to look at it, compare it to the new spring. All right, so in this case, do I have to depress? I feel like, you know what, maybe it's worth the extractor. Nope. Let's see if there's anything. Feels like it's dragging on something, and I don't know if I'm not really, use a better light. Can't really tell. I know this makes great video, but let's take a look. Yeah, there's some structures, but there doesn't seem to be anything. That's actually retaining the firing pin spring. Let's take a look here. There's some differences there. I don't know. We'll have to see if Wolff's spring is actually going to do it. So we'll have to see about that. So now I guess we need to get the recoil spring. I think this actually works. Yeah, get this recoil spring. Now this is an encapsulated recoil spring, which is going to cause me all kinds of problems trying to change it, because I hate dealing with changing. Is it that? Drag it. There you go. Drag it a little bit more forward. Is there? Might be. Okay. So that is technically disassembly of the gun. So for those that are curious, I'm not going to deal with the spring right now on camera. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put it back together for you. Let's take a look at this. Is that a weight? Oh, this is gonna, oh Lord. Oh, this is gonna suck. All right, we're not gonna deal with that right now. So, no. So anyway, let's go ahead. Oh my God, I hate encapsulated recoil springs do kind of suck a little bit. So, all right. So let's get that in there. Let's get the return. Is that tapered? You know what? That actually might be. The Wolff one doesn't look tapered. This one might be a hair tapered. I'm not really 100% on that. Maybe it's just a trick of the eye. All right, so get that in there. Just using this to push it down in there. I know that just to get it. There we go. All right, let's get the flapper. Am I doing that right? Wait a minute, that is not right. Flapper. Now we'll get the, where does this rotate in? There it is. There's a little flat spot on the firing pin. You should be able to see it right there. Flat spot, probably up. Rotate. Is that right? I guess that's correct. So let's take a look. It's been a while since I've taken this gun apart, hence, well, it's definitely not like that. Hence why we need to make a video on it. Probably acts as a firing, yeah, that's correct. It's a firing pin tunnel. Okay, so, all right. So, put the bolt on the gun. It's gonna fall out, so you're gonna have to hold it up, but I'm gonna show it to you just because of the angle you're at. And let's drop the slide on. Am I doing that right? That flapper doesn't look like it's acting the right way. Let's try like drop it down. There we go. Just had to fuss with a little bit. So let's go to lock it back. And I think we are, no, I think that's upside down. Hold on, because the legs are going to have to be high. So down, let's try to push. You can see, just like on a 1911, probably push it out of the way. I can ride over it, push it down. Possibly. Don't want to force it. And this is why I'm wearing glasses, because now I'm going to have to look down at the spring and try not to get. There you go. So push it down. You don't need to actually. Turns out you don't need to actually depress it with a tool. You can do it. With the actual stop. That'll probably. Let's see if that's. No, that is not. There we go. Oh, look, it clicks in place. There's a clue. So let's go ahead. It's turn one leg, turn another leg, and release. And there is how you disassemble and reassemble a Benelli B76 or any of these Benelli B76. So many guns around here. Benelli B76 pistol. If you want to see number stories or pictures or links of shooting this gun with the upgraded springs, you can go to the website. Just for the record, if anybody is curious, there were multiple spring weights available from Wolff. There was a lower power spring. I think there was even a high as a 14. I split the baby and chose a 12. And the reason I went with 12 is we're shooting, I can shoot 115 grain commercial ammo, but the reality is the standard 9mm load that we buy in bulk around here is 124 grain. It kind of mimics the NATO load. We like to mimic the 124s because we like to shoot 124 hollow points, and there is a NATO load that's 124. I understand that's hotter, but we prefer a heavier weight bullet for 9mm. So I suspect we need a heavier weight spring, which is why we're all here to begin with. So if you want to see any more stories or pictures or links of this gun on the website, please go to John1911.com. That's JOHN1911.com. Remember, it's all about shooting guns and having fun. Everybody, have a good day.